about various stages of seed germination. So how does a seed? What are the parts of seed? What does the seed contain? So let us have a look at the seed. So this is nothing but the shape of the seed. So let us see about what does the seed contains actually. The seed which is developing into a baby plant or about to grow into a new plant. So what are the parts that seed contains? So seed contains a seed coat, which is nothing but the outer layer of the seed structure is said to be seed coat. And the baby plant which is sprouting or protruding over the plant is said to be the baby plant. So what does this seed contains? And seeds are of two types, which are said to be monocot, that means which is with a single seed, and dicot, which has two cotyledons. So let us see that what does the seed contains, how does the seed prepares its own food, and what are the necessary conditions that are required for stages of seed germination. So let us observe them, and first of all, getting into that, we want to know what is the seed structure and how does the seed structure is arising into a new plant. So let us know more about the seed structure from this. So a seed contains two cotyledons. It is said to be dicot seed. So it is majorly absorbed in different kinds of seeds like wheat. Have you ever seen a seed of wheat? Yes. So it contains two types of the a middle line which is joining in the middle the two ends of the seed, which is said to be dicot. What type of seed is said to be this? Dicot. And whereas, have you ever seen the rice? So the particles of rice, they do not contain any edges or any lines in the middle, so which is said to be monocot. So the seeds which are coming out from these examples, we can say that the rice is said to be, what type of seed is rice? Monocot. And what type of seed is wheat? It is said to be dicot. So what are the differences between these two? So when a seed is coming to a baby plant or being a baby plant, how does it get its food? How does it develops into a new plant? So let us see about that. So a seed which is developing into a new plant, it divides into two parts, which is said to be a dicot seed. So in this dicot seed, you can see that the baby plant which is coming at the top portion is said to be shoot, and the down portion is said to be root, and in the middle part you can see the embryo. So it is said to be embryo, which is nothing but a seed developing into a baby plant. So this embryo, then how does the seed makes its food? What are the conditions necessary for its germination? Germination is nothing but a seed growing into a new plant is said to be germination. So in this way, how does the seed prepares its food? So these two cotyledons, they give food to these shoot and roots. Then after becoming into this, how does the roots and shoot get the food? So this root penetrates into the soil and it absorbs minerals, and whatever the soil gives out the water. So water and minerals are to be absorbed with the help of roots, and it takes from cotyledons. So like this, in the same manner, the seed is grown into a new plant. So with the help of new plant, so it comes out of the seed. So finally, the seed gets into the soil. So the seed cotyledons will be get out, and finally a new baby plant will be coming out with the stages of germination. Then how does it prepare its food? What are the conditions that are necessary for germination? We have already stated that we are going to see about different kinds of germination, that is different stages of germination, and what are the conditions required for germination. So let us see that. So we already know that leaves are preparing their food with the help of photosynthesis. So how do they prepare their food in the photosynthesis? They need sunlight, they need water, they need carbon dioxide. In the same manner, here also they need sunlight, water So where does the seed is sown to be? Into soil and air. So these are the necessary conditions for a seed to grow into a new plant or baby plant. So the conditions of germination are nothing but what are the conditions necessary for germination? Sunlight, water, soil and air. So if the soil is not suitable, the seed cannot be grown perfectly into a new plant or a baby plant. So these are the necessary conditions where the seed takes sunlight from outside and water from the under the ground and different kinds of, and so from soil it takes out minerals and it breathes air through, and these cotyledons they get developed into a new baby plant. So these are the certain conditions of germination. And finally coming to what are the two types of crops. So we all know that in all the conditions or in all the climatic conditions, is it possible to grow all the kinds of plants? I say no. Why? Because all the plants do not grow in the same conditions. So the people or the farmers follow different kinds of, that is two types of crops which are to be grown for the climatical conditions. What are they? They are nothing but Kharif and Rabi. So which are to be grown in suitable seasons. So I am coming out of two ways of what are the different ways of seed dispersal. As if we have discussed that seeds are to be dispersed. In how many ways the seeds are dispersed? So as per our knowledge or as per our surroundings we observe, we used to see the seeds are to be dispersed with the help of animals and birds. Then what are the other ways of dispersal? So let us see what are the different ways of dispersal. So dispersal used to be done with air, water, through birds, animals, and finally through human beings. Why it is to be said that the different ways of dispersal. So yes, dispersal by air, dispersal by water, dispersal by birds, dispersal by animals and by human. So why it is to be stated that there are these many kinds of dispersal? Yes. Have you ever observed the field? So in field, farmer used to spread the seeds. That is nothing but he used to spread the seeds in the field to grow them in a certain condition. Yes, in that way we can say if the seed is thrown, it is to be dispersed along with the air. It goes and fall off in a certain distance. Along with that, we can take a good example of dispersal by air. So let us see the seeds of milkweed. Have you ever seen the seeds of milkweed, which is said to be a small seed which is touching to the hairy like structure. Jilledu antarandi deenni. So milkweed, whenever the fruit of milkweed is blasted, you can see a cotton like structure following the air and passing through air, and it stops at certain condition and it again raises into a new plant. So we can see different kinds of seeds like this which follow the air and stops at suitable place and grow into a new plant. So this is how we can say an example for dispersal by air. Then coming to dispersal by water. So what are the conditions or what are the different kinds of seeds that are being dispersed by water? Have you ever seen near the seashores we can find what are the trees that are to be grown near to the seashores? So we can see more number of coconut plants. So how do we get near the seashore many number of coconut plants? So the seeds of coconut, that is nothing but a coconut, a tender coconut, when it falls after drying, it becomes very light because of the fiber which is contained around the coconut. So it floats along with water and reaches a suitable place to grow into a new plant. So this is a good example for dispersal by water. Along with this, we can say one more familiar example, nothing but lotus. So lotus is also a water plant through which the seeds are to be travelled along with water and grow into a new plant. Next, coming to the seed dispersal by birds or insects. So let us think that, have you ever seen that the parrots eating a guava fruit, or some of the squirrels eating tomatoes, or some of the seeds which they are eating with the different kinds of fruit that stay on the tree. So ever seen that on house or any crackings of the house are coming out with a new plant? Have you ever think that somebody have gone there and planted any plant over there? No. So how does it happen then? So it is due to the excretion of the animals or some birds. So which has to be done with the birds or animals. So this is one of the way how we get plants in vacant place or some other place which we cannot reach also. So like this, next coming to the animals. So animals, we can see different kinds of monkeys eating mangoes and they throw seeds at somewhere, and where that seed can be growing into a new plant. So this is a good example for making of dispersal by animals. Next I would like to tell about the human. So how the human is responsible for the dispersal of seeds. So dispersal of seeds is nothing but, we can say the most of the finest example nothing but agriculture. So in this agriculture, humans are developing a new crop or a new varieties of plants with a different kinds of seeds on a large area. So this is how we can say dispersal happens with many types. Is it clear, children? So today we have seen that seed producing plants, various stages of germination, conditions for germination, two types of crops, and the ways of dispersal. What are the different ways of seed dispersal? Through air, water, birds, animals and human. And what are the different conditions for germination? Sunlight, water, soil, air. And what are the different stages of germination? So the seed gets developed into cotyledons, which are to be seen in dicot, and they develop into shoot and root, and this root penetrates into the soil and it absorbs the food from soil and minerals from soil and grown into a new baby plant. And what are the different parts of seed? The seed contains seed coat as well as coming up baby plant. And how many types of seeds we have seen in this lesson? We have seen monocot as well as dicot. And coming to the first one, foremost point is seed producing plants. What are the different seed producing plants we have discussed in this lesson? Those are nothing but rice, wheat and bajra. So the plants which produce seeds and can be produced by seeds. So finally coming to that, how the plants are grown without seeds. Those are nothing but the stem grafting and stem cutting. So stem grafting or stem cutting are the two methods which we may use to produce new plants of same varieties to grow in different places. So I think you have all well known with the topic which has been taught to you today. Is it, children? Thank you. Thank you for listening.